Hi, welcome to this week's video. We're continuing a book series that I'm in the middle of. Do I know the exact number? Nope. Could not tell you. I have not updated my reading journal since like February, which is not good, but I've been tracking that in there. But I'll put a list up here or the number of series that I'm in the middle of so you guys can get that visual and see how many. As of right now, I am reading Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This is going to be the first book that we will read in this vlog. I am on page 128. This is going to complete the Powerless trilogy for me. There have been hints at another novella. I swore years ago I heard that there were going to be two, and we have one, so I'm still waiting on another one. But then I also saw recently a hint that there's going to be a prequel thing, so I don't know if it's going to be a full-length novel or that's going to be the novella. It's up in the air. I don't know. We'll find out when it gets here. But as of right now, this will be completing this series for me. If you've watched my videos for a while, I have talked about Powerless before. I think I have vlogs on this, but I'm going to give you my thoughts with this series so far. First up, Powerless. I love that book. I really did. It is weird because I love fantasy more than I do romance, but I also love when romance is thrown into any book, any genre. With this series, I actually like the romance 10 times better than the fantasy, and I feel like a lot of people also think that way just because of the storyline with the fantasy. It's not as fleshed out as it should be. Despite all of like the fantasy aspects and what was lacking with that, I do still love the romance. It's one of my favorite romances that I have ever read in my entire life. Depending how this one goes, I could be heartbroken. I don't know. I really do love the series. I like her writing a lot. It's very immersive. I can picture the whole world that she's creating. I really feel the emotions that our character has through her writing. So I truly love reading these books. I just wish the plot was stronger. I wish the fantasy elements were more to the forefront than the romance, but I loved the first two books so far. Reckless was very repetitive. I wish we had gotten more with the plot. This one so far, I will say, is repetitive with the romance, and I don't know if I'm liking that. It's kind of getting a little annoying because we already know how Peyton and Kai feel about each other. In this one, they just keep saying the same things. Like, they have the same thoughts about each other. It's like, you're my undoing. It's all those like romantic, poetic quotes about love and romance between the two of them, but I just feel like it's coming up over and over and over again that I am getting a little sick of it. But of course, I'm curious to see how the series ends and where the story goes. I also have to point out that something happened in the novella, Powerful. There was a character in there that has a very, very important attribute that could change the trajectory of this whole entire plot and world. And I was hoping that that character would get talked about in the second book, Reckless. They were not brought up at all. So that was a disappointment for me. That book had such a big chance to be something fantastic plot-wise, and it just fell really flat for me. But since I love the romance so much, I did love Reckless still. If that character does not come up in this one, in that storyline, I'm gonna be disappointed. I can't just ignore the fact that that was acknowledged in the novella, and now it's just not at all. Like, what? That was so important. No idea what's gonna happen for the rest of this vlog and what other books we'll be reading, but you guys will find out once we finish Fearless. That is it for my updates right now. Welcome to this video. Welcome to finishing series that I'm in the middle of. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video. Let's go read Fearless and we'll see how far we can get today. I do want to read this book pretty fast, but we'll see. Because I'm reading another book in between this one, and it's so freaking good. Oh my god, I don't want to put it down. I want to binge that one first, but I don't know. I honestly might finish that one before I finish Fearless. That one is The Thrashers by Julie So. Just saying. I'm not going to talk more about that because it's not anything to do with a series vlog, but just know that I'm loving this. Hello. I look like a disaster right now, but I'm currently about to straighten my hair. I figured I would talk about some reading updates while I'm doing this. This book has nothing to do with the series vlog at all, but I told you guys I was reading The Thrashers in between reading Fearless. I finished it last night. 5 stars easily. I can't believe how good the book was. I love Julie Soto's writing. She's written 2 romances so far, 2 adult romances, and I loved both of them. I had no idea what this book was about going into it at all. I didn't read the back of the book. I didn't read any synopsis on it on Goodreads or anything. I feel like maybe at one point I did when it was first announced, but I forgot what it was about. So the only thing I knew going into it was that it was a young adult mystery / thriller, maybe. I was thrilled, and I don't want to say much other than the fact that there was a group of high school students, another girl, and there was a lot going on. I really enjoyed not knowing what I was getting myself into. It really made for a super fun reading experience, but just take my word for it. Please go read that book. It's absolutely amazing. And after you finish a book on Libby, it tells you how long it took you to read. It took me 4 hours and 4 minutes to read that book. I was just flying through it because I couldn't put it down. It was so good. But that has nothing to do with this vlog. I just wanted to mention it because it was a good book and I need to talk about it with somebody. So that's my little side note. Going on to Fearless, I'm on page 202 now. I'm not feeling it. I hate that I'm not feeling it. With Reckless, the second book, that was very repetitive in what was happening, and we got a lot of Peyton and Kai in that one. And I said the thing I love most about this series is Kai and Peyton's dynamic. I truly, truly love them. I like how they feel about each other. I like what they say about each other. I love the quotes that Lauren Roberts has with them and how they feel. But I feel like with Reckless being so repetitive with them, I was expecting Fearless to be a lot more plot driven, and I don't feel that way so far. I'm already 200 pages into the book, and I don't feel like we've gone anywhere. Things have started happening, but it doesn't feel like enough for me. Fearless also has a lot of Peyton and Kai yearning for each other. While I love that in the first couple of books, I think it is getting a little old now, because now it feels really repetitive in Fearless with the romance aspects. I am disappointed, I will say. I don't think it's going to be anything more than a 3-star, but we'll see how it goes. I'll see how I'm feeling. I'm going to read a little bit more, hopefully after I get my hair situated and everything. I do have a tattoo appointment later, which is exciting, so I don't know how much I'm going to read before that. That is at 3:30. It's 12:53 right now. I probably have about 2 hours to read. I have a busy rest of my day. I have that, and then I have to go set up for my vendor show tomorrow. I'm going to read before my tattoo appointment, and then I will read tonight after I set up for my show when I get back home. But yeah, I don't know how far I'll get. Hopefully to page like 300 or halfway through. It is taking me a while, because every time that I've picked it up so far, I haven't really wanted to keep reading. That sucks. But that's where I'm at right now. Those are my updates. I still don't know what I'm going to read next in this vlog. I don't have any feelings. I kind of think that Fearless might put me in a little bit of slump. And after reading The Thrashers, which was such a good book, I don't even really want to read Fearless right now. I don't know. I'm struggling. But I'll let you know what's going on when I come back and do another update. Hello. We're gonna do one more update on Fearless before I finish this. I'm on page 363, so I have like 160 pages left to go. And I feel like I should update based on my reaction to what happened last night. Yeah, I got what I wanted, in a way. My thing with this book, I am enjoying it more than I was when I first updated you guys. I find myself not wanting to put it down now, so I am very entertained with what is going on. And the series so far has been super entertaining. I love the characters, I like the storyline, and I like how it keeps me on the edge of my seat. So that's why I've liked this series so far, but there is a lot of repetitiveness. I think that's the main downfall for me, but also like plot-wise, there's just not enough. The scenes end so fast. Like the chapters are very short, which is good sometimes, but when you're in a fantasy book and there's a lot at stake and there's a lot that could be happening, I just want long chapters. I want a lot of time with these scenes and these characters. I want them to go through a lot, and I want it to be more descriptive, but I'm not finding that with this book especially. I think it's just getting less and less throughout the series, and that might be because I have been reading more intense fantasies where the scenes are longer, the chapters are longer. I do like that a lot more, so that's what I'm not liking about this. I leave each chapter wanting more. There's things that our main character Peyton is going through that she has to do. It can be very intense, but it just doesn't feel that way, so I'm leaving these chapters with no fulfillment. That's basically what's going on. But what happened last night was crazy, which it was predictable, but it was still fun to find out. And I knew, like, as soon as I read a certain thing, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was coming, and I just needed to take a minute and pull myself together because I knew what I was about to read, and I was prepared for it, but it still hurt. So yeah, that's Fearless right now. I am very curious to see how this ends. I kind of want to finish this today. I think I can. It is Sunday. It's Mother's Day. My family's coming over at 3. It's noon right now. I'm at the park. I was going to read for a little bit. I think I can finish tonight before I go to bed. And then the second book I'm going to read, I'm going to tell you guys now because I did get a hold in from my library on Libby, and it's Rebel Witch, which is the second book in the Crimson Moth. I love how I'm calling it like the UK Other Side of the World edition. Heartless Hunter. I don't know exactly what the series is called, but just the Heartless Hunter duology, I guess. The funny thing is, I placed a hold on that book in my library before the book even came out because I have the Owl Crate special editions of the two. And when I was waiting for the Owl Crate edition, it wasn't shipping until I think like mid-March, or they weren't saying it was going to ship until April. It did ship on time, so I got it in time, but I placed a hold because I wanted to read it when it first came out. Is it now May and I have not read it yet? Yes. So anyway, I placed a hold back then and then I got the physical book on time. So I was like, okay, I don't need this hold anymore. I canceled my hold. And then I was like, you know what? It'd be easier to read on my Kindle or on my phone because it is a hardcover and I would rather read it on my phone anyway. So I placed the hold again. And then my holds were full because I only have 8. And then I was like, okay, well, the one that I can get rid of is Rebel Witch because I have that book as a physical copy. So I canceled the hold again. And then I placed the hold a few days ago. So I got it very fast because I kept like moving up in line because I had already placed the hold on it months ago. And I just got a notification for that earlier that I have that hold available. So I will do that next just because I am feeling like reading on my phone or my Kindle. My third book, I don't know what I'm reading. I do want to do 3 books in this video. I think I can finish them in time. I have an idea, but I don't want to say yet. I don't know if I mentioned that I knew what my second book was going to be. It wasn't Rebel Witch. It was something else. I have an inkling that I mentioned that in my past clip, but I don't remember because I'm very forgetful. So if I did, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to wait even longer to find out what that book is. I want to read that book so bad. That's also a Kindle read. I don't have it physical, but hopefully I will have time to get to that book. If I don't, I will let you guys know what it is. I won't keep you hanging. Yeah, those are my updates for now. I'm going to read Fearless for a little bit until I have to go back home, and then we'll finish it tonight. Also, I forgot to show you guys my tattoo. You know what? I'll show you guys. I'll take my hoodie off right now. There she is, a little teacup. It's so cute. It fits perfectly in this spot too. Guys, this is a really good angle. You're welcome for that angle. Okay, I'm going to go. Put it up there. It's kind of my only option because it's way too tall for like this shelf. I never said I was a florist, okay? It's so ugly. I have some long overdue updates. Kind of long overdue. It hasn't even been that long, but it feels like it's been forever. I finished Fearless. I will give you my final review on that, and then I did start Rebel Witch. We'll talk about how I'm feeling about this. I'm in a very uncomfortable position right now because I'm trying not to squish my cat. He's sitting where I actually want to be sitting. There he is. Fearless. Final review, I ended up giving this a 3-star. I thoroughly enjoyed this series. It was very entertaining to me. I loved our characters. I loved the romance in this trilogy, but I do have my issues with it. In this book especially, it was just very repetitive to me. It was giving me everything that we had already had so much of in books 1 and 2 that I didn't care for it in this one anymore. I just wanted it to kind of go away. If that makes any sense. And yeah, I really wanted more with the fantasy and world building and magic, politics. I was very satisfied with the ending though. I think it was a great ending. I think in the last clip I was saying that some of these scenes just ended so fast. I wanted more time with the scenes. I wanted them to be a little more intense. I wanted more descriptions. That was the main thing missing with the series for me. I don't know what I would rate this series overall. Maybe a 3.5, honestly. Like, I loved Powerless. It was really good, but the other 2 books did not go where I wanted them to or where I would have hoped for them to go. So I don't know, maybe 3.5 overall. Now moving on to Rebel Witch updates. I am 30% of the way through this. I think almost 30% of the way through this. I'm reading this very fast. Yeah, we're at 28%, chapter 19. I'm loving the writing in this series so far. It's very fast paced, but you're still getting a lot of plot and a lot of things happening to where it doesn't feel too rushed. I wanted to talk about Heartless Hunter a little bit too because I didn't mention that. I did give Heartless Hunter a 5 stars. It was a very fun read for me. Oh, my cat's moving. I'm moving up. So yeah, Heartless Hunter, I did end up giving a 5 stars or like a 4.75. I really enjoyed it. It was a very fun read, and that's what I'm getting so far with Rebel Witch. I love that you get the dual POV between each side of the cat and mouse chase, and you trust people on both sides and then you dislike people on both sides, and I'm really enjoying that too. The ending of Heartless Hunter was crazy, and Rebel Witch so far has just kept me on my toes. I'm probably gonna read a lot of this tonight. I do need to start editing this video, but I kind of just want to read because I've been working all day and I'm ready to lay in my bed and rot the rest of the night. I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna read. I don't know. Should I read the rest of it tonight? No, I don't think I have time. I think I have like 4.5 hours left, but I do definitely want to finish it tomorrow. And then we'll move on to book 3. I still don't know what I'm reading yet. I don't think I'm gonna go with the book that I was thinking about just because book 3 It has not even been announced yet. So the book that I was thinking about, I'll talk about it now because I don't think I'm going to go with it. This is a indie published trilogy right now. It's a dystopian, young adult dystopian, which I love dystopians so much. The first book was A Stark Few, and then the second book I think is called Us Deadly Few. I love that book so much. So I really want to go on to the second book, but the third one's not announced, and I think the second book leaves off on a huge cliffhanger, and that makes me nervous. I don't want to read book 2 if I don't have book 3 to go into in case I want to. If there was a publishing date and I knew when to expect it, I would be more comfortable going into book 2, but there's nothing right now. I don't think I'm gonna do that to myself. But that was a book that I was gonna read. We're just gonna see how I'm feeling after I finish Rebel Witch, and that'll be book 3. It is the next day. I have to drive my mom to her appointment, so I just sit in the car and read while she's in there. So that's what we're doing right now. And last night, you bet I sat my little butt in my bed and read my book all night long. I am surprised I finished it before midnight. I was thinking that I was going to finish around 12:30, but as you guys saw, I finished at like 11:30. I just couldn't stop reading it. It was so binge-worthy. Binge-worthy? Binge-worthy. Okay. I think it's a fantastic duology. I would recommend them to anybody who likes fantasy witchy stuff. I love the whole cat and mouse situation with both of our main characters. The dual POV made it so interesting to read about because both of them know the other person is up to something, but they don't know that they're both going after each other. They think they're both being secretive, and I just love that whole plot line. It's so fun to read about. So I'd probably give Rebel Witch like a 4.25 maybe, anywhere between a 4 and a 5. I didn't like it as much as Heartless Hunter, but it was still really, really good. I like the ending. I think it wrapped up really well. I do think that the only thing was that I was at a certain point I was just eager to get to the ending, not because it was bad or going slow. I just felt like we were getting so much of the same thing that I just wanted to know what was going to happen in the end, and I wanted our story to be wrapped up because I knew we were going to get something big, so I was just waiting for that moment, and I wish that it had come sooner. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I don't have anything negative to say about this book. I just didn't like it as much as the first one. So if you have not read this duology yet, I highly recommend it. So far we have completed a trilogy, we have completed a duology now, and now moving on to our third book. I figured I would keep the streak and complete an entire series for me. So we are going to read the last book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage. This is Wild and Wrangled. This is book 4. So we're doing a 3-book series, 2-book, and now a 4-book series. And it's going to be so satisfying to complete 3 whole series in this one reading vlog. These books have been super fast reads for me as well, so I think that I can finish this in a couple days. If you don't know what Rebel Blue Ranch is, these are just interconnected standalone books with different characters and their romances. They live in a small town, which it's super cute. I love the whole family dynamic of this and the found family aspects, their relationships with each other, friendships. This series has gotten better for me. Every single book that I've read, I've loved each book more and more. So I'm hoping that this is my favorite. Lost and Lassoed, which is the 3rd book, has been my favorite so far. Don't know if this is going to beat it, but we shall see. I've seen good things about this. I'm excited to get to it. I'm only on page 50. I love this so much already. I started crying. I am on my period, so maybe that's why, but I love these characters. This found family, there's literally nothing more that I wish for than having a close group of people that just care about each other so much and that can be there for each other. I don't think I'll ever get that in my life, but at least I can read about them. I love Dusty, and this is already my favorite book out of the series. I'm only on chapter 8 this far, but it's really good, and I love it. I'm on page 152, chapter 21, so we are almost halfway through at this point. When I got to, I think, like the page 100 mark, I was like a third of the way through the book, and I put the book down, stared off, and I said, I don't want this book to end. Which clearly, it wasn't even close to ending for me. I don't want it to end. I don't. I love this book. I'm so surprised. Well, I don't want to say that I am surprised that I love it because I knew that this would probably be my favorite book out of the whole series, but it's actually gonna be one of my favorite romance books of all time. I'm very picky with my romance books. I don't ever like fall for characters or fictional men or anything. I don't know, I have a hard time with romance. Like, they're enjoyable reads to me. I like reading them and getting the story, but they never stick with me, and this one just has filled me up so much. I love it. Dusty Tucker, first of all, I love him. Second of all, want him. Hate that I don't have him, hate that he's not real. So that's what we're gonna say about him. Actually, no, we'll say one more thing. If he had dark brown hair, I'd it'd be over for me. It would be completely over for me. So thank God he doesn't. He's not perfect, and that's okay. I don't think I explained what this book was about, but we have Camille and Dusty, and Camille was supposed to be getting married to someone that she wasn't happy with. It was kind of like an arranged marriage from their parents. Camille has dealt with her parents never loving her and never seeing her for who she truly is, just for what they want her to be. With this whole wedding, she wasn't going to be happy, but she was willing to settle. This whole book starts off with her groom leaving her at the altar. Well, he actually didn't even show up to the wedding, so she leaves and then she goes to the bar in Rebel Blue and starts drinking and whatever, and then Dusty sees her, he goes up to her and he takes her away for the day and does some things to get her mind off of everything. And they also have history with each other, so they've been friends, they've been close before, and then you're slowly finding out who they were and how close they were. It's the sweetest thing in the entire world. I love the flashback scenes, they're adorable. I really think Dusty is a fantastic male main character. Camille I relate to a lot, with her being isolated, not wanting to be the attention. She just wants to fall back in the shadows of everybody else. She doesn't want to be the main point of any situation or in any social situation, and I am very much that same person. I'm very introverted, very kept to myself. I don't like people knowing me. I just want to be in the background and have everybody like not even realize that I'm there. So I relate to her a lot, and I think that's why I'm connecting with this book so much. But I love Camille and Dusty's history. I love their interactions with each other right now. I just cannot wait for their relationship to grow and for them to come back to each other. But yeah, there was one scene with Camille and the other girls, and it was so sweet. They're so there for each other, and it was literally making me tear up. I am predicting this to be a 5 stars. I want to read it tonight, but like I said, I don't want it to end. It's only, I think, 326 pages, and I already wish it was longer, and I'm not even halfway through. So those are my updates for Wild and Rambling right now. Hopefully I'll finish tonight. I want to, because I just want to know what's going to happen. I wish I could sit down and read this right now, but I can't. I have things to do. We'll get to this tonight. Also, the cover, it's beautiful. Like, this sunset, so perfect. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I have to say. I'm just in love. Very much enjoying my time reading this. Since I'm going to binge the rest of this, I will come back when I'm done, give you my final update, and then we'll wrap up this video, and that'll be it. I'm back. Also, I filmed my clip before I finished my makeup, so now I have eyeliner on. My hair is the next step, but we're just filming clips in between me getting ready, I guess. I wanted to show you guys, I bought 2 books. I got 5 and 6 of Zodiac Academy. I'm on book 5. That's my next one I have to read. And then I just bought book 6 to get free shipping. Now I have 2 more books on my physical TBR. I need to calm down. I was gonna go to the bookstore today and get like 2 more books, but my TBR cart is full. So I'm gonna not do that, and we're gonna actually take control of my book buying habits. What was I gonna say? I don't know. This series, I'm surprised that I'm still really enjoying this. It's not the type of series that I would have gone for at all. But I started it and I love it. And I'm so entertained by the series. I just recently finished 4. 4 was my first read of this month, actually. I feel like I just want to binge the series, but I'm also spacing it out a little bit. I'm reading on average 1 book a month out of this series. So I have 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm going to read 8.5, and then 9 will be the last book I think that I'm going to read. Just want to let you guys know. I do have these 2 books, which will continue series, since we're doing a series tracking vlog, whatever. Maybe you guys will see those in a future vlog. Also, side note, if you want to see any themed books in a continuing series vlog, like if you want to see me continuing romance series, fantasy series, anything like that, let me know and I'll see what I can do. Now I am kind of done with what I need to do, so I'm gonna read, and I'm very happy about that. False alarm, guys. I have to go to the grocery store and then I can come back and read. I also, okay, let me grab the book. I need to just say how bad, like, I'm not a giggler kicking my feet. Sometimes I am, but romance just doesn't affect me in that way. Like, I literally don't care. I like being alone. I just am not, like, I'm not meant for someone, I don't think. So reading romance books, it's like cute, and I'm like, oh, you know, that'd be nice, but I'm not like super into it, I guess. But this one has me giggling. I just love Dusty. Guys, this book, new favorite romance book. I'm telling you, I feel like this book was made for me. I've said it multiple times in this video already. I love Dusty Tucker, although he is allergic to cats and he doesn't have dark brown hair. So he's not perfect, but he's very close. And I just, man, when I tell you, I don't fall for fictional men. I don't. Like, romance books don't do this to me. I never care when I read a romance book. I read them for enjoyment. They're fun. I like to get the little romance stories, but none of them ever affect me. And this one did. 5 stars. Easy. I knew it the whole way through. As soon as I started this book, I knew it was going to be 5 stars. And that's the best feeling that you can get when reading a book. I'm talking too much about Dusty. I need to shed some light on Camille because she's fantastic as well. But Dusty's such a cute name. You know, like, when a guy is cute and hot at the same time, it's very dangerous. And that's what Dusty was. But Camille's also a fantastic person. I think her growth, her character growth in this story was absolutely fantastic. She came out exactly where she needed to be. She definitely had her struggles, which I enjoyed reading about because it's very possible a lot of people go through what she goes through, and she handled everything so well. She has a good found family to back her up, and as much as she felt like she didn't want the support because she felt like she had to do everything herself, she still had the support, and that's what she realized that she needed. And I always love that because it's not okay to be completely alone. That's what I struggle with. I don't talk to anyone about anything, so I'm still working on it, but knowing that this character held off from talking to people about things, and then she found the people that she can trust to tell things to, and it worked out better in the end. I'm like, this could happen for me, but I can't do what she's doing. So props to Camille for doing what I need to do. Yeah, it was a great read. The plot of this, I love that they had their history with each other. It was very much, you know, that they were meant to be together. They have to come back to each other. They have to find their way, and they really have to work things out. It was just so wholesome. I loved how they handled everything. It worked very well. Highly recommend. I think if you want to read the series, I would recommend reading them all and starting with the first book. I know there's a lot of people with interconnected standalone series. They tell you that you don't have to read every single book, but I am somebody who does like reading every single book in a series from the beginning, even if it is interconnected standalone and the plot necessarily doesn't continue in each book, but the characters continue, and it's nice to get the beginning of all of them and see how they all grow throughout the whole entire series. So I would definitely recommend reading all 4 of these books, but I will say that I don't think the first 2 are great at all, but getting through those 2 to get to 3 and 4, especially 4, well worth it. And it's funny because I rated the first one a 2, the second one was a 3-star, the third one was a 4-star, and now the fourth one is a 5th star. So I just kept going up. I knew the series was getting better as it went on. One more thing, the ending of this, I don't want to say because it could be a spoiler, but also, like, the romance genre itself is a spoiler because you know what's gonna happen. So is it a spoiler? Is anything in a romance book a spoiler? I don't know. I'm not gonna say it though. If I ever get married, what happened at the last scene of this book is what I plan to do, and just reading that and knowing that they did what I want to do, that's the reaction that you guys saw when I was filming the clip of me finishing this book. After reading all of this and loving this book, and then getting that very last scene with something that is my idea to do when I get married was just so insane to read. I'm like, I can't believe that is in this book. Like, that's when I was like, this book is written for me. This book is for me. 5 stars, definitely my favorite. I'm looking at my shelves right now. I don't know another romance book that could beat this. I don't know. Like, I just read Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. Gave that one 5 stars as well. Didn't dislike anything about that book, but this one, 6 star? I don't know. I just love this. Okay, read this book. Let's wrap up the 3 books that I read in this video. We just talked about Wild and Wrangled, which was the last book. Going back to the first book, we had Fearless by Lauren Roberts. This completed the Powerless trilogy for me. Very sad that this series is over. I'm kind of disappointed with how the plot went for the middle book and most of the way through this book, but I did like the ending of this. I like how everything wrapped up. I think it was a very good ending. I love Peyton and Kai. I will always love Peyton and Kai. I think they are perfect for each other. They're made for each other. Love their romance. I just wish we had gotten more of a fantasy plotline in this and more of an intense story and a lot more descriptive scenes. I'm hoping we get another novella because I will definitely pick that up as well. I'm excited to see what Lauren Roberts does in the future. I'm excited to get another series by her, whether it's a fantasy or a romance. All in all, good series, very enjoyable. Second, we finished off the Heartless Hunter, the Crimson Moth duology. I read Rebel Witch, gave this one a 4-star. I'm actually going to give it a 4.25. It was really good. Both of these books have been super entertaining. I haven't wanted to put them down. I read them very fast. The plotline is so fantastic. I just love the whole cat and mouse, that they have suspicions of each other, but the other person doesn't know that they have suspicions of each other. They're struggling, and it's very fun to read. And then obviously we finished with Wild and Wrangled, which was my favorite book out of this reading vlog. This reading vlog was fantastic for me. I enjoyed myself a lot. I enjoyed the books that I read, and we have knocked off 3 entire series, which is absolutely fantastic. So you guys will see my reading journal will be updated with my series tracker. Like I said before, if you want to see any themes or any specific books in a continuing series video or finishing a series video, let me know in the comments. As always, you can subscribe so you can see all my videos and see when those videos get put out. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in my next video, whatever that may be. I hope you have a great day or great night wherever you are. I'll see you later. Bye.